What happens when a nation takes another to court for alleged genocide? An intriguing question, isn't it? Well, as it turns out, we are currently witnessing such a scenario unfold in real time between South Africa and Israel before the International Court of Justice, ICJ. In a move that has caught the world's attention, South Africa has presented arguments before the ICJ against Israel for alleged genocidal acts against Palestinians in Gaza. The main judicial body of the United Nations now carries the weight of this case as South Africa's lawyers point to evidence such as the scale of destruction in Gaza, the bombing of homes, and attacks on civilians. This case isn't just a sudden action, it is steeped in history and political leanings. South Africa's ruling African National Congress, ANC, has maintained a strong pro-Palestinian stance, a legacy left behind by the nation's former president, Nelson Mandela. Mandela was known for his support for the Palestinian cause and frequently voiced concerns about their plight. This legacy endures today with the ANC labeling Israel as an apartheid state. However, it's important to note that support for Palestinians in South Africa isn't unanimous. The main opposition party views Hamas, the governing authority of the Gaza Strip, as a terrorist organization. This divide in opinion adds another layer of complexity to the situation. As for the case itself, it's now up to the ICJ to assess whether South Africa's case is strong enough to issue provisional measures to protect Palestinians and ensure Israel's compliance with its obligations under the Genocide Convention. The court's orders are legally binding, yet their enforcement relies heavily on public pressure and the authority of the court. This case has not only drawn the attention of the global community but also brought forth a mix of support and opposition from various factions. The Organization of Islamic Countries stands with South Africa in support of the case, while the United States opposes it. Israel, on the other hand, firmly denies the claims of genocide, stating that it is at war with Hamas, not the people of Gaza. Israel argues that its actions comply with international law. The power of veto held by countries like the US and Russia in the UN Security Council might pose a challenge to the enforcement of any ICJ orders. The international political landscape adds yet another layer of complexity to this already intricate situation. To sum up, we are witnessing a historic case where one nation has taken another to court for alleged genocide. South Africa's case against Israel is rooted in its pro-Palestinian stance and carries the legacy of Nelson Mandela. The ICJ now holds the responsibility of assessing the strength of South Africa's case and deciding on the course of action. However, the enforcement of any potential orders from the ICJ may face challenges due to the veto power held by certain nations in the UN Security Council. It's a complex situation with political, historical, and legal aspects all intertwined. Only time will tell how this case will unfold and what its implications will be on the global stage.